Hi, I'm Hilda. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to talk about olive oil, one of my favorite things. I am a certified professional olive oil taster, and I want to share a few things about olive oil with you. But we will do a lot of videos in this series so that you feel more comfortable with olive oil and how to buy it and how to use it in your kitchen. What is an olive oil taster? An olive oil taster is someone who has taken a sensory course and passed an exam, and that exam would define whether you had the nose and the palate to be able to taste subtle defects and positive attributes in olive oil. Then, to become a professional taster, you have to take a professional taster's course. In my case, I went to a school in Italy, and in their requirements, they required that you go for 3 years. You went for 3 to 5 days each year in class with other participants, and then we did several Skype classes all throughout the year where we were sent olive oil samples and we had to talk and discuss via Skype, and in the end you also have to pass an exam, and at that point you are defined as a professional taster. Really what that enables me to do is sit on a panel which would judge olive oils. And I want to share with you what the oils that I have in my kitchen and why I use them. This is a selection of the olive oil that I have in my kitchen right now. What is olive oil? Olive oil is the crushed fruit and pits extracted by mechanical means without the use of chemical solvents. And it is an unrefined oil. There are really only 3 unrefined oils in the world. All the rest use chemical solvents and high heat to extract the oil from the nut or the seed. Olive oil is like wine in as much as it's affected by the terroir, it's affected by the sun, the amount of moisture or lack thereof every year, and can have subtle differences. So it is a real food. Unlike wine, it's best consumed fresh. It is a juice. Essentially, it's olive juice, and it's best, like all other juices, when it's consumed freshest. So I encourage you to try new olive oils and buy from local or trusted providers. And don't save that bottle of olive oil. I implore you to use it lavishly. When you open it, use it. It can be used for frying, it can be used for finishing, but olive oil is something that should not be saved only for caprese salad. What is extra virgin olive oil? First, there's a chemical analysis that's done on the oil that defines it as extra virgin olive oil. And I won't bore you with the details, but there are certain numbers that define it in terms of acidity, peroxide value, and several other things. Number 2, it has a certain level of fruitiness. Fruitiness is what you smell in your nose. And third, there are no defects. There can be no defects if it's to be defined as extra virgin olive oil. What kind of defects do olive oils have? Lots of defects. There is rancidity, because you know what? All oil will go rancid eventually. There's rancidity, there's musty, fusty, there's muddy sediment, there's grubby, there's frozen, frostbitten, there's winey, vinegary, and sometimes when you taste a bad oil, it's a combination of several of those and you have to define them. Crazy. I'm going to show you some of the olive oils that are in my kitchen right now. I have lots of great ones from California. I have some Texans, y'all, because that's where I'm living in. I have a Greek, I have a couple of Italians, and I have a couple of Spanish. These change all the time because I use them for different things and in different applications. There are mild oils, there are medium oils, there are robust oils. They can be used for all kinds of things. I'm going to now show you how to do a quick taste. So if you go to buy an oil and you invest in a decent premium olive oil, then you should taste it and see if you actually like it. So when we do tasting in class, we typically use, to cleanse our palate in between tasting, we have slices of green apple, and we can cleanse our palate with just water or sparkling water, whichever you prefer. I use a little even in class we use these. Sometimes you see those blue glass jars or red glass jars. Those are used because color is not a definition of good or bad olive oil, because some people think they should be really, really green and a yellow oil is not as good, and that's simply not true. The reason why the glass jars are colored is so that the person tasting is not looking at color in terms of judging the oil, because it has no merit on the quality of the oil. So I'm going to show you how to taste an olive oil. I use these little disposable cups. They have a wide opening so that I can smell. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cover it. I'm going to swirl it. I'm going to smell it. I'm going to inhale it deeply because part of taste is in your nose. I'm going to sip it. I'm going to coat my mouth with it. I'm kind of going to chew it, and then I'm going to suck it back, and I'm going to smile and suck it back so that it gives me flavor right at the back of my throat. So I'm looking for bitterness at the back of the tongue, and I'm looking for pungency, so that thing that makes you cough is a good thing. By the way, there are 3 positive attributes when tasting olive oil, and these are unusual for some people when they start to taste. Fruitiness is how it smells in the nose. There has to be a certain level of fruitiness for extra virgin, and I'm looking for bitterness at the back of the tongue, and the thing that kind of lingers, and pungency is that thing in your throat that makes you cough. And when we're in olive oil school, when everybody's coughing, it's quite funny to watch. Everybody's sucking their olive oil and they're coughing, and everybody's like, whoa, that's a good oil. So let me just show you how to taste extra virgin, or how to taste olive oil. By the way, this is a great lid. This means you can't take off the lid and refill it with an inferior oil. Well done, 1836. So here's, I'd say about a tablespoon, maybe a little more, of product. I'm going to warm it up in my hand. Typically you want it to be warm so that it releases the volatile oils. Again, we're going to swirl it, smell it, sip it, and smile and suck it back. So it's really nice. It smells like green cut grass or raw almonds. It's got a real nice smell of raw almonds, so there's certainly a level of fruitiness here. It's a milder oil, I believe, I can smell it. And I usually do it twice, only because I want it. You always get it on the second. There is actually a very nice balance. A nice level of fruitiness. There's a little bit of bitterness, maybe a 2, and then a stronger amount of, there's a little more pungency, so there's a little more that ends in your throat. But it's a very nice oil. But that's really what you do. You smell it, you sip it, you smile and suck it back, like that. And then, because you want the air to get to the back of the tongue so that you can taste bitterness and pungency. That's how you taste. I hope you like this video. If you do, I'm going to make more videos that talk a little more in depth about all different levels of olive oil and production and, great producers and things that I like. Thank you. Oh my God, that was so painful. No. No, 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 no. Don't like it. Take 1,000,000.